So for a while now, I've been watching old programmes. I've been searching like 1950s London, 1960s London, watching videos that were filmed in them days. When they were walking around the streets, talking to people about things that were going on at the time. And it got me thinking, those were early vlogs, because you saw someone with a camera walking around, and it's wind, and they must have had a beefy camera. You know what I mean? And people walked to the public, asked them questions about things, and they were just responding, talking about their lives and stuff. And it got me thinking, wow, imagine walking around with a massive camera, not caring, just asking people questions. Now we're afraid to use little cameras, and cameras are walking around. Well, not afraid, but it's crazy how the world's turned around. If you're a Gen Xer or something like that, you remember the old camcorders, the beast to carry around, even DSLRs, which I've never owned, but they're quite biggish cameras for, you look back and now, look at this Action 4, Action 5 and Pocket 3, and DSLRs look massive now, don't they? It's crazy how things change. So I've never owned a DSLR. I've always wanted a DSLR. I've always wanted that kind of, quality picture, quality video. But I've never had one. But experiencing this lifestyle with these cameras, the Action 4, I wanted to give it a go because I haven't used this for a few weeks, and I want to show you what the clouds look like on the, the Action 4. I've downloaded the new firmware for the 5, Action 5 Pro. It's alright. It gives it more of a 4 look. This has more, I don't know, there's something magical about the Action 4. The Action 5 is brilliant, the Pocket 3 is brilliant, but there's something, just that touch of, it's got that touch of sauce that the 5 doesn't give, you know what I mean? Oh God, these branches. Yeah. But no, going back to these, I was even watching old UK TV programmes like Play School on YouTube. There's loads of episodes on there. Just search on YouTube, 1950s London, 1960s London, or that kind of stuff, and you'll see videos filmed in them days, and it's don't know what that was. I don't know what that was, but it's just, and you're watching and thinking, wow, how life's changed. You know what I mean? And how it hasn't changed. I just find that fascinating. You know what I mean? Fascinating. So I got off the bus on this little road rather than walking from Tesco onwards. I'm going to go to Tesco shopping, so I thought I'd get off at this stop first, then head to the shops, rather than carrying a full shopping bag around like last time. Yeah. So I'm going to walk down this little dirt path again. Yeah. Talk about a few things. So I know the past few videos I've been using D-Log M and that kind of stuff. I said I'm not using it on this one. I'm just doing normal. Try and hold the camera a bit higher up rather than lower down, kind of thing. Yeah. Oh dear me. One thing I haven't got old video footage of me when I was younger. I haven't got that kind of stuff. I got one photo of me, I think. No videos of my childhood, which I don't know if it exists or not, I do not know, but I think that's why I'm more creative, because I want to create a memory. I want memories. I want, even though I'm 56 in a few months, You're never too old to have memories and collect memories. You know, they can live on for a long time. My creative spark comes from my father, who was heavily into that kind of stuff, video editing, photographing, photography and stuff. He's, you know, great at that kind of stuff, and I think that's what it rubs off on me, kind of creating. And what I love about it is just the possibilities. You know, you can film, like I'm filming this now. Yeah, it's a bit windy, and I do apologise for that, but the wind microphone will stop most of it, but it won't interfere with my voice. You know, I film this now. I'm filming this, what I'm doing now, talking down here. You know, and if I can edit it in different ways. Like I can edit it into an emotional video by adding emotional music, cutting bits out that are not, you know, don't represent the emotional kind of stuff, and I can have an emotional video. Or I could, you know, I can make it meaningful by adding different music. I can change the outcome. I can change what you perceive this video will be about by what I do, by the colour grading, by the audio, you know, add sound effects stuff and music. I can add dramatic music. There's nothing dramatic about this talk, but I can make it seem like something dramatic is going to happen, you know. That's what I love about editing. You can take one piece of art, which this is art, you know, and turn it to anything that I want to. Well, within reason, I can't, you know, make it, you know, I can't make it something that I'm not filmed, but, you know, to me, I mean, you got artists, people like drawing, not art. You got people who into so many crazy things in this world, but I just love this creativeness because it gives me, I don't know, it gives me something to aspire to, something I can say is mine, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Every video I make is mine, even though it's on YouTube, and YouTube own it in a way, but I just feel that, yeah, I mean, I've always been a film addict. TV shows, the film, I mentioned this in the past, but the film Wayne's World, right, that's a reference to that, you must have seen it, you know, about these two blokes who have their own cable channel and do silly things on it and stuff. When I watched that, I kept thinking, wow, what would it be like to have your own cable channel? What you could film, what you could do, the antics, the fun you could have, you know. And that's always resonated with me for years until YouTube came along. Then I watched YouTube for years, thinking, yeah, okay. But then when I got the opportunity to start a channel and do the channel, them thoughts and them younger days come back thinking, wow, this is my cable channel. You know what I mean? This is my cable channel. But of course, cable's long gone now. It's all digital. But you know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know, I can create short films. I can create comedy things. I can collab with people and just do my own little thing, kind of thing. You know, a bit like Wayne's World. You must see the film before you understand this. So. But it's just, that's always been embedded in me to do this kind of stuff, to the passion to do this. You know what I mean? And you know, if I hadn't had that passion, if I hadn't had that go in me and that creativeness in me, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing something completely different. You know, I think you need that. One thing I've found out from all these creators who I subscribe to and watch and stuff is we all have the same kind of personality. We all have this creativity. We all have this spark in us to do this kind of thing. You know, and oh, hear that? Wow. Birdies. Anyway, the thing is, when you walk around, you always hear these birds, but you never see them. Don't know, is it me or is it just the world? Anyway, I digress, which I shouldn't do, but I do. Yeah, and I think that's what this community is all about. There's a community keeps growing daily. I now subscribe to about 5 or 6 or maybe 7 different content creators who do this kind of stuff, and it's all gelling into what do they call it, walkie-talkie vlogs kind of thing. You know, if we could all get together in a Zoom call, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? You know, that'd be crazy. But I hope this never ends. I hope this is something that's can last for years. I mean, I've seen trends come and go on YouTube as fast as you can say, don't know, Christmas dinner, you know. But I hope this stays, because this feels part of my life, feels me. It's just it feels like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? All these years on YouTube, we're trying different. Oh, it's a bit windy. Trying different techniques, trying different videos, trying different ways of creating content. But this has always been embedded in me. This has always been something I want to do. I know that deep down. I'm not just saying it because it's a new trend, it's something that's happening. I just know that this is something that I'm so proud to be part of. Yes, I'm going to mention Cam Brown Vlogs. I'm going to mention Chris Meets Chris. I'm going to mention Louis Hermosillo, and I'm going to link all the content creators I think are a part of this community below, you know, and check them out. Honest to God, you might have maybe already subscribed to them anyway. You already know who they are anyway, you know. But if you haven't, just take a look, see what you think. There were 90% of them all American, and I'm British. There's a couple of British ones I found, but this is generally mainly an American community. And here I am in not Little Britain, England, UK, and Dover, Kent. You know, and I feel, I've said it a few times, but just being part of this is something you can't describe. I guess it's like going for a job interview and you feel like you've been a failure at the interview, but you get the job, and then you have to start the job and you work with new colleagues and you get on with them, and you know, you gel and you have a good laugh and stuff, and you find out it's the best job you've ever had, you know. I don't know how that's the best way to explain it, I don't know, but I just hope this goes on for years to come. I know that when the community grows bigger and bigger, it's going to be more of a I don't know. Well, there's no harm in that, is there? The community get bigger and bigger and bigger. But it might get to the point where it's too many people and it's like you can't shout them all out, kind of thing, you know. And I'm so grateful that Chris Meets Chris comments on my videos, and Louis and Cam Brown Vlogs comment on my videos, and Harley Mick and stuff like that. It's just when people respond to your videos who you'll never meet in real life, you know, across the water and stuff, and you're on the same wavelength, and it's just empowering, really, isn't it? I was chatting to the other day about today I was going to go to Canterbury to film a video in public, but with the weather it's going to be raining a bit, so and it doesn't look like it. But here in England it changed, you know, you can see the clouds are more detailed now. The action fall. Again, I'm only bringing one camera out, you know, one camera only. Yeah, is this angle okay? I mean, normally I film a bit different, don't I? But I just want to give more of a headshot rather than the whole half a body kind of shot. But I did pick a windy day. 40 mile an hour winds, you know, coming up. Yeah. As I said, every time I come Whitfield, you know, I'd rather do a little video here, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you think, comment below. Yeah, if you please comment. I am filming these videos in advance, so this is filmed on the 3rd of June, so you won't see this for another week. But I'm trying to batch some videos up in case of any emergencies and stuff, and you know. And there's nothing harm in batching some videos up. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Crazy, eh? Crazy world we live in. Anyway. I'll catch you on... Okay, let's do what Christmas Chris. Okay. How can I say the ending? If you're watching this far, no, first of all type in green, you know, green. Anyway, I vanish and feed the armadillo, I suppose. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a different ending. Well, then I'll see you next time. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Catch you soon.